What's up, guys? Dust Trades here. Today, I'll be talking about metamaterials, ticker symbol MMAT, and what a freaking crazy few weeks this has been. It merged with Torchlight Energy, and you can see here where the hype built up because it was giving preferred shares, and it went up to $11.71, and it has had a massive sell off, and people buying into this. Unfortunately, were left holding onto these shares as it went down and down and down, and then it traded like this until the merger was happened on the 28th, and the reverse split 2-for-1 happened, and it went back up, and ever since then the whole past few weeks, ever since the reverse split, it kind of went up and down, fought back a little bit, and it just kept going down, down, and down, and down. And the bleeding just did not stop. And oh boy, it really hurt. And it seems like there's no end in sight at all to this. It just keeps going down. Right now, the it closed just this last Friday at $3.63, and the after hours it closed at $3.64. And this is my personal opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only, and I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on this and why this kept going down, and where I see it to bottom out and potentially come back. Okay, so George, the CEO and founder of Metamaterials, he tweeted out that Nasdaq was still messing this up, and it still had it under energy and gas production when it wasn't supposed to be that. And then finally, a few hours later, it did. Nasdaq did correct itself, and it went under technology, semiconductors, and related devices. And that could cause a lot of confusion for investors and everything like that. George also gave a investor conference, and he talked about a lot of good things. I'm gonna post the conference link down below, and you can go, and all you need to do is just have an email and then just register for it, and you can watch the whole thing in its entirety. So a lot of good information. But this right here is gonna come into play soon. Right here. So this is a new facility that Metamaterial is building, and it was discussed in the conference, and I think that's gonna be very important. It says coming soon. Okay, so besides the Nasdaq messing up, besides that, there was also inflation worries, and it was not just metamaterials that the stock was crashing, and a lot of sell-off was happening throughout the market. A lot of things were hit, a lot of stocks were hit. It could be a lot of reasons. A lot of people were speculating that a lot of retail investor stocks were hit and they went down. When one stock went down, the others followed. When some thoughts were thrown out there is because a lot of retail traders that were under margin got margin calls, because when one stock went down, they had to sell the rest to cover themselves, to make sure they're good. So that was one theory about it. Another one's inflation fears, where people are pulling their money out and waiting to see what the market's doing. There's a lot of things out there. And besides that, with this, the merger happening and the shorter interests just keep on going and going and going. There's a lot of things that could have caused this. No one knows for sure why, but the whole thing just keeps going down and down and down. And I'm gonna get to the conference, where the investor conference, and I want you guys to listen to this.
We have time for one more question.
Yep.
That question is, what is the short-term catalyst, and what are the near future goals?
Ken, would you like to take that?
Sure. Without deigning to give guidance, because we don't do that, our short-term catalysts are all going to be driven by the completion of our facility in Halifax and the launch of our roll-to-roll production capability. We have a very strong pipeline of business growing with the partnerships that George mentioned, and as you saw from the logo list we have, they're very high-profile companies. What they need from us is a few things. I mentioned the balance sheet. That was first. We were a small company, and companies that want to make multi-year production plans needed to know that we were a company that would be there in the long term when they needed us to be. So that's the balance sheet fixes have been very helpful there. So the next thing they want us to demonstrate, which we're in a position to do by the end of this year, is that we can actually produce our materials at scale using the roll-to-roll techniques that we've alluded to, and that we can transfer those techniques to them when necessary. So I would say those are the two key catalysts for our business. Our sales cycles will abbreviate over time, but we're dealing with, as George mentioned in the application descriptions, very large applications over very multi-year periods, and any single customer could represent in a couple of years' time $100 million a year for us in business. So that's what we're looking at, and I think what the investors can expect to see is a lot more investment on our part in making sure that we have production capability. The second thing that will drive this business is we have a very strong market cap today, and we expect to grow that market cap further, but not 100% organically. We also expect to be doing inorganic growth, and we're excited to talk to folks as that activity gets underway for the company. Well, thank you all for your time and attention.
Thank you very much.
Inorganic growth. And organic growth. So what they were talking here is there's two catalysts they're looking into. One is the production facility and getting that up and running. That's one of the catalysts. The other catalyst they were talking about is, inorganic and then bringing the market cap up. And I think how they're going to do that is partnerships. And expanding those partnerships is not only EVs, it's like with the other major companies. They cannot announce it yet. They will announce it once it's public information and once it's confirmed. But one of the things they talk about in the conference when George was talking about is getting the facility up and running and making sure that they can prove to their potential partners that they can bring to scale everything they say they can do to make sure that they're able to provide for these companies, not just the short term, but the long term and for foreseeable future, because these major companies, like for say Tesla or these other EV companies out there looking to get this technology put in their products or their vehicles, they need to be sure that they can count on Meta Materials to do that. So Meta Materials has to do those things to get the catalyst, and there's no timeline and there's no set date when they could do that. But I'm pretty sure George really wants to announce something, but he just can't do that yet without confirmation and everything like that. So this is one thing to talk about. And then the other thing he talked about in the conference also, George was talking about partners like EVs, not just Tesla, because someone asked about Tesla before, another question about it. And he said he can't confirm it, but he, says that metamaterials would be very valuable to these EV companies. So there's a lot of things like he just can't say it, but he's pretty much saying that how much metamaterials itself will be really good for these companies, and I take that as good news. Like, I think that they are in talks. My personal thoughts on it is that I think they are in talks with Tesla and other EV companies and other companies out there. And this company took 10 years to get off the ground, and they're getting a facility, and now they're on NASDAQ, and I think there's a lot of great things coming along. Aside from that, the short interest. Okay, so the short interest, there was 3 million available bond. This is according to Fintel from MMAT. And then there was the interest rate was 5.83%, and the short volume from the 16th is 22.9. And it was 34, 30, 23, 19. I really don't think this is like really accurate, because I've seen Ortex and other thing. The fee rate was 10%. And the availability was lower. So this is only part of it. Going down here, so the short interest is going down and down and down and down. So I think this is going to bottom out soon, maybe at $2.50. That's where I think this could go if it goes lower than what it is now, $3.63. But it could potentially go lower. My personal opinion on this is I think Metamaterials is a great company. They have a lot of good things, and like I said, I'll post the whole the link to the webcast where you can sign up with the email, and you can watch the whole presentation, and you see for yourself all the good things that they're working on, the technology, expanding the technology, the partners they already have, who they are expecting to, what they can do in the future. They answer questions about, Tesla's like he could answer, like I was saying. So the stock, I right now I had 1,000 shares before the merger, and after the reverse split I have 500, and then I did sell. I think around somewhere around here. I think right here I sold when I knew it was just gonna keep on bleeding down here, and I sold, and it just kept going down, down, and down, and down. And then I think about here, I know about right here. I bought back in, and I bought over 1,000 shares again. I bought back in, and then I kept adding about here. And now I'm now my loss now again. It's going down like I think I'm down like 2% or a couple of percent, not that much, but I do see it potentially going down further from what I can tell. Back to 250, and 250 before the reverse split will be about a dollar, or just over a dollar. Right now it's at over 360. It's like dollar 55, $1.60, somewhere around there, of where it would be before. And before Torchlight was below a dollar, it could get low. So the lowest, I think, absolutely worst case scenario is at a dollar, a little over a dollar, $1.20, $1.50 range. I think this would go to the absolute lowest. And if there's no new news, and it's just really bad market conditions again, people are fearful and they want to sell, they don't want to buy. The market mentality of people, I think this will trade sideways between there. Other good scenario, I think this will not dip below where it is now. Like on Monday, people, hopefully that inflation fears will go away and they'll go back up and people will start buying this. So if we see this start to buy, I think I see a reversal going back up. Not a sharp one, but slowly going back up, creeping back up, and then going back down, going back up. It'll be maybe about 2 weeks for it to get back up to $4 to $5 and maybe a little higher. But if there's a catalyst in between that, I think it'll be a gap fill back up to about $6, and then from there a lot of people will sell out to get out of there again. There'll be a lot of selling because there's a lot of people that are holding. A lot of people holding the stock because they're at a loss right now, like 90% loss. A lot of people are averaging down. Some people are just holding, and a lot of people are disappointed. There was talks of scam. They felt scammed and everything like that. I just think that George was put in a bad situation. I still have faith in him. I believe in the company. I think he's a good CEO. I just think that the merger it was kind of messy how it played out. And with the preferred shares, people wanted preferred shares. With the whole dates changing also, like the first they said it was to be the end of the month, and they changed it to 28th, and the ticker symbol changed. And it was a whole back and forth of when the merger would actually happen. That's when I seen it. I hope the dividend does make up for these investors. I hope investors do make back their losses depending on the dividend. So those assets will be sold by at the end of the year, December 28th, I believe. And it has to be Torchlight Energy assets. The oil, there is oil in their land. And a lot of people are putting estimates out there, but there's no guarantee. The price of oil is going up and down. No one can really estimate it. The figure's going to change, and depending who buys it, they can sell in sections and anything like that. So the dividend can be anywhere between $1 to $20. High end, really high, I've seen estimates go to $44. Low end, I've seen below $1, like 50 cents. So I really don't know how this would end, but I really hope it's somewhere like $6 to my price target. What I'm thinking is maybe $6 to $10 potentially. So I will just kind of wait it out for now. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait it out a little bit. So if Meta drops more, I'm going to wait for it to absolutely bottom out. And when I see uptrend, I'll get back in again. And if it keeps going lower, I'm just going to keep on buying more Meta, just to average down more, because I do believe in this company. But make sure, my advice to people out there investing is to only put in what you can afford to lose and what you can put in for the long term for Meta. Because this could take another month or so, depending. I don't know when the announcement's gonna come. The catalyst. There could be some catalyst come out. It kind of seems like George wants to, give great news, but he can't yet. When the facility's done. Also, there's other catalysts to get that fear going. Like if the Delta variant makes things worse around the world, that could send people to sell more stocks that I see. Housing market crashes, it could cause stocks to go down. Inflation worries, that can cause the stocks to go down. But otherwise, I will post everything. I will post the link in the down below, and also post. This is actually Webull, the Webull desktop app, and I really like this app. It shows the graphs. You can, when you sign up for this, you can trade aftermarket and pre-market hours. And so you can get into the stock market at 4 a.m. Eastern time to 9:30 when a market opens, and it closes, I think at 8 p.m. Eastern time. You can trade until then. So yeah, it gives you extended hours, and it gives you that extra time in case something does happen after hours or before hours, because sometimes news breaks and it hits really high in pre-market and aftermarket. It could do that. But I'll put the link below if you want to get the Webull. And if you sign up for Webull and you deposit $100, you do get 2 free stocks from just to help you out. And those stocks can be valued, between a few dollars all the way up to, I think, $1,800. But this is if you want to get the Webull, the app. I like it a lot. It's on mobile and on this, and this is what I like to use. And they do crypto also. So yeah, this is my first YouTube video for investing. I also game. I like gaming, so I'm a gamer and investor. So I'm on Twitch also. You can find me at Dust VIII XI, and yeah, you can find me on there. I think there's some typo on there. Yeah, it's 3 I's and XI. Yeah, my name's Dust. My real name's David. So thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please hit like. If you want to subscribe for more content, hit subscribe. Otherwise, thanks for checking out this, and I will be posting another video about some safe bets that I'm going to be doing. And you can make your choice if you want to do that or not. But yeah, if anything else I missed, or if there's something else you want to do, just hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, or let me know on Twitch, and let me know what you think, and down below. All right, thanks, take care, and I'll see you next time.